Hi everybody. Well, we're having a bit of a ice storm here in northeast Pennsylvania. And of course, I have an order of boiler wood I have to get done. So we're going to get as far as we can with that. This is supposed to stop, but right now it's fairly miserable. Everything's got a sheet of ice on it. So I have to be really careful working around the equipment. It's fairly warm. It's in the high 40s, but yet we have ice. So kind of a weird day. But first I have a couple chores to do. I have to tend the wood furnace and run the dogs. So we're going to get that knocked out, and then we're going to start cutting wood. Well, that was a fairly unpleasant run with the dogs. Ran them around the field up here and up and down the road, and it's cold and wet and icy and not real great. Well, anyway, so the next thing I need to do is I need to put my truck underneath the conveyor of the firewood processor. And as you can see here, this place is a mud fest. And the last time I was home, I pulled up there by the fuel tank, because the log splitter is right there behind it, and I was putting logs in. And then I went to move, and I got stuck. So I had to extract my truck out of there. So that killed an hour or so, getting my truck unstuck. And then I got it underneath the processor and finished the job, but it made for an interesting day. Anyway, so here's the next step, is getting my truck under the conveyor. So let's see how this goes. So you can see here all the mud a little better. Now right now it's kind of frozen. I decided I'm going to pull my truck in from that direction over there. And then I'm just going to pull right under the conveyor. And that'll be better, because then I can just drive straight out.
You're under.
It's close enough.
It'll it'll fall, if it's tiny, it'll fall off.
Shit. Yeah, right.
But it's probably big enough that it won't.
Yeah.
You're doing big logs. They should be fine.
We'll see. Give it a try. What I should do is pull forward and then back in this way.
Just a little more.
Yeah.
Well, the ground's hard enough now, you can.
Yeah.
Wow, stop. That's good. You're like,
Truck's in place. I gotta go get some logs. Get them staged on the processor, and then we'll get to cutting. All right. Well, this log is fairly large, and it's too heavy for me to move with the tractor, so I have to cut it at least in half. Try to cut it in half, see how that goes. But this end has to come off. It's a mess, and so I'll cut this off, cut it in half, and then I'm going to just move. I'm going to set up a couple logs off to the side here and keep pulling some out, getting them ready, because I need a cord of boiler wood. So we'll get this thing fired up, warmed up. Definitely want these saws to warm up for a few minutes before you start cutting with them. They are not designed to crank up and just start cutting instantly. That's a good way to score the piston and basically blow up the saw. So you got to be careful with them. Okay, so I do believe that what I've got here and what I've got on the processor is roughly a cord. And yeah, so we're all staged and ready to go. So the next thing I have to do is take the wedge off the machine again. So I'll get up here and do that. You guys have seen all this before, so I am going to use a time warp here and speed right on through this. Underneath the splitter box here, I noticed something I hadn't noticed before, and that is the wad of compressed wood chibbles that are just compacted right in this space. So I need to get that out of there. Not sure I'm going to do that yet. It's in there pretty tight. So I think a hammer and chisel should knock it out of there. And then while I'm doing this, I noticed something else, and I'm a little concerned about it, but I don't know if this is from manufacturing or from use. And I'm afraid it's from use. So right here, you can see that ridge right there. I'm not sure if that's a crack or if that's just metal that's been pushed up from the splitting ram. I don't know. And there's another lighter one on this side. I hope that's not a crack. And it doesn't look like there's any cracking, like there's no cracked paint on either side of it. So it may just be, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna have to investigate that. Hopefully it's nothing serious. All right, I gotta go get some tools and bash this wood out of here. So that wood was really jammed in there. It was difficult to remove it. I had to do it with a wood chisel. And then down in here, where the wedge sits, this was all packed in with dirt and chips and everything, so that had to come out of there. So I need to pay better attention to this, because I didn't realize the end of the ram, or the bottom of the ram that's in this channel here, is actually smashing that together, and that's what was going on. So I just have to watch that a little better. Anyway, we're warming up the engine. She's gassed up, and getting ready to roll here with the Cord King 18-20. And this will probably take me a couple hours to do this, because I'm working by myself. So but that's okay, I don't mind, it's good exercise. So I'll split a bunch, and then I gotta jump up in the truck and stack it, because a full cord is all the way to the top of the wood on here, and then all the way to the back. So that's a full cord. And I always give a little extra, because I wanna make sure that I'm being generous. Anyway, here we go. And yeah, I'm probably gonna speed this up right about now, because you guys have seen all this before. Alright, so here we go. There's a pile, my first pile. Plenty more to go. Just gotta stop processing and stack. And then, boy, it would be nice to have help. That's okay though. My wife normally helps me, but she's busy helping somebody else right now, so that's fine. Anyway, I'm gonna speed through this, hopefully, in 3, 2, 1, go. I wanted to show you this real quick. Since I have some tree service wood down there and a bunch of it is short, the first thing I do is grab one of the short pieces and dump it right in the infeed trough. And then that piece is done, and then I move on to the longer pieces. Because the short piece doesn't fit on the live deck. It's just a little tiny bit too short. And so it's easier just to throw this in there and be done with it. Alright, now more stacking. Oh, that's a good pile. So my battery's almost dead in the camera, so I'm going to finish stacking this, and we'll do that off camera. And thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.